Hey everyone, how's it going today? Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Before we get started today, I just want to go over the things that I did really quickly while I was offline. So the first is I added a bunch more refineries because we were super short on oil products. And then I also added a few more sulfur chemical plants because we were short on sulfur. And then I also went and said hello to some of our friendly neighbors over here and up here who kept attacking me. So I went and said hello and exterminated them. So what you do with bugs, you exterminate them. So you can see here that our cargo rocket sections are piling up. So what we're gonna do really quickly is we're making a few Roboports. And this is the solution I'm going to come up with. I still need to do a bit more work here. But I created a couple more Roboports to help support our little network, and we need more robots, of course, but we will get those in the near future. But we're going to put this Roboport, I don't know, like right over here. And so this will help, as you can see, move our cargo rocket sections from this over here. And you can see here we actually now have enough liquid rocket fuel, but we just need to get our cargo sections and our space capsule. I did handcraft a space capsule. It took a while to get all the pieces. It's relatively expensive, but we do now have it. And so we're just going to control click and put it in here. And now you can see that this space capsule requirement is fulfilled. So we just need to do these cargo rocket sections and we'll be ready. But we do not want to go quite yet, mainly because we need to have some materials as we go up so we can start kind of getting things ready to build a little base up there. And to do that, we need these space assembling machines. And then we also would like to bring up some materials to make some pipes, which space pipes are right here. So this is going to be copper, plastic, glass, and steel. And then we would also like to be able to make some belt, which is small electric motors, low density structures, steel plate, and lubricant. And then finally, the last thing that we want, which we can't quite make yet because we need to research it first, but it's going to be this space platform scaffold, which is low density structures, heat shielding, and steel plates. And this is going to be very important because this is how we are going to be able to expand the base once we're up there. So this is going to be important to get, and then, as I mentioned, the rest of these things. And as you notice, they all can only be made in space assembly machines or space manufactories. So we do need to take all of the required ingredients up to space. So in order to start on that, we are going to start working on automating these space assembling machines. We are going to need quite a few of them. So, let's get cracking on that. So I figure we have most of our required ingredients right over here. We have the low densities. We have our processing units right up here, which we brought in yesterday. We have heat shielding. And then the last thing that we just need are the big electric motors, which we have right over here in our little mall area. So I think that we're just going to do one building of this right now. Again, there's no need to scale this to, a huge amount of production when it's unneeded. So we're going to add an output, and we're going to put that into, I like passive providers for that. Here we go. And let's actually do 3 stacks of them. There's no, we're definitely going to use all 3 stacks and then some. So there's no need to be weird about that. And then we'll bring in this belt here for our heat shielding. And then we'll split off the low densities somehow. Maybe we'll do it like this. It's gonna be a bit awkward here, so we're just gonna, I guess, extend that way. Okay, That's low densities, and then we just need to get these processing units down there. Okay, there we go. And that's all of that. And then the last thing that we need are, well, I kind of want to put another requester over here. So maybe we'll do a requester like right here and have a couple buildings that request from it. And this is going to request big electric motors, just specifically for this. I figure rather than belting it over, it'll just be a little bit easier and faster to do that. So yeah, now we're making space assembling machines, which was super easy. So we're going to have to let these craft for quite a while because we are going to need a lot of them. And then what we're going to do for now is we are going to belt over some of the heat shielding. We're going to belt over some of the... So yeah, so let's just get started on that actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to need 2 splitters here. And we're going to do output here on the right. And that is going to be the heat shielding, which is somewhere. Heat shielding right there. Okay. And we're going to just bring it straight down right here. There we go. And then we're going to make a filter inserter, which is going to be... Actually, it doesn't need to be... Yeah, we'll make a filter, because then we'll share the belt with something else. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. We'll just make it a pass inserter. And we are going to put... let's grab some more wire. We're going to put a condition on this. And this is just going to be for now. We're going to say that heat shielding... Now, heat shielding stacks in stacks of 50. And we have 500 slots here. We are going to need a decent amount of heat shielding in space. So let's just say that we're going to do 10, or let's do 15 stacks of heat shielding. So 15 times 5, that's going to be 500, and then another 250, so that's 750 heat shielding. All right, so we're going to do that, and we will enable that to start working. So that is going to work, and that's going to work for now, though. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set up these signal receiver and transmitters, which basically these are ways to send, you know, like green or red wire signals from space down to the planet, or from this planet to another planet, or anything like that, from anywhere to anywhere, really. And the point of that is that we will have in space, we will have a signal transmitter that will be transmitting the amount of resources that we want up there. And then we'll have a signal receiver down here that's listening, and it'll say, you know, it'll get whatever the transmitter is sending to us, and it'll be able to tell all of our inserters and stuff what it should be inserting into the rocket silo. So that way we're not sending up way too much of one thing and not enough of another, and so on. So it helps to control that. So we're gonna have to set that up here, but we can't quite do that until we are in space. So we will have to go up to space in order to start sending down a signal. But for now, we're just gonna use that number. Just it's gonna be a flat number. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Our belts are gonna get a little bit messy here right now. But we're going to do the same thing with our low densities, and we're going to connect these up, and we're going to say low densities, which are over here, are less than also 750. All right, and as you can see, we have our 15 stacks of heat shielding here. So that's a good start. And you can see we have only 17 of the 500 cargo slots taken up. So we have plenty of space, and we're starting to get to work on these space assembling machines, which is awesome. As you'll notice, you can't place them on the ground here down on Novice. They will only be able to be placed in space. But we'll throw those in for now, and we'll, you know, grab more before we take the rocket and leave. The other things that we're going to need for this, we're going to need some glass, some plastic, some copper, and some steel. Let's make sure that we get everything though. So this needs electric motors and steel. So we're going to put our last strong box over here. And this is going to be, again, we're going to put a condition. And we're going to say, I'm not great with the deciding what numbers we want right now, because it's kind of hard. But we're just going to do 750 again. So these also come in stacks of 50. And then we're going to request some of these small electric motors, which I have in the logistic network. So these will continue working. And let's see, we are almost there on the cargo rocket sections. What else do we need? We need some lubricant and some steel. So let's also request some... well, the unfortunate thing is that we can't do multiple items with one inserter if you're doing it like this, but we can do something kind of cool. We can do this, okay? And what we can do, instead of setting the condition here, so we're going to clear this condition, none. We're going to change this to set, oops, we don't, what? Why is that? I don't know why that is, this blacklist is, I don't know why this all is set already on that. Oh, wait, I know why, because it's connected to here. So we want to clear this. And what we're going to do, whitelist, stop it. Alright, so what we're going to do, though, is we're going to grab some decider combinators. And we are going to use these to set a filter on this that will be able to decide when things can get inserted or not. So what we can do is we're going to connect the silo here to the input. And then the input of this is going to decide what filters to set on this filter inserter. So again, we can do our little electric motors to 750, and when they're less than 750, we're going to output one electric motor. And as you can see, it set the filter on this correctly. So then we can do the same thing for steel, and that way we can use one inserter to do multiple requests. So, and this is going to change in the future, obviously. This is just for now, so we don't overfill any one thing. So we're going to connect that up. We're going to keep making some more green wire. And then we are going to connect the output of that here. And this is going to be steel is less than, again, I'm just going to do 750 for now. And we're going to output one steel plate. There we go. And you can see that it added the that filter to this inserter. And then this, we don't have any steel, it looks like, inside the logistic network. So we can add that. We can grab a splitter here, and we're just gonna do a passive provider and a fast inserter. And we'll set the stack size to 1. There we go. And we're almost there on the cargo rocket sections. Let's see, what else do we need? We need the lubricant, which means that we are going to need barrels. So, for barrels, we are going to come down over here. And we are going to make some barrels. So here's our fluid handling. And where's just a barrel? Where can I just make? There it is, empty barrel. And we will, so we're gonna be doing this. Let's grab some more fast inserters real fast. There we go. Okay. And then this is gonna output again into a passive provider. So let's grab some more steel. Let's start this working. And I don't know, we're gonna have like 1 row of barrels. Not 2 rows of barrels. We're gonna need a bunch of barrels for now going up into space. There's a bunch of fluids that we're gonna have to take. And then we need to barrel some lubricant. So let's see. Where should we barrel this lubricant? I think that what we're going to do is we're going to actually not put this in a passive provider. We're going to put this on a belt that is going to come down over here. And this is going to, let's see, this is empty, this is fill. So we're going to fill a lubricant barrel. And let's see. There we go. And then we have this. Okay, and then we can insert, and this will start to fill some lubricant barrels. And then this is what we will output into a passive provider to provide to the network. And let's see, we are going to need a decent amount of lubricant because these space transport belts each use 10. So each barrel only holds 50, I believe, right? Can we see those values somewhere? Okay. Yes, sorry, 50 lubricant. Okay, so it only holds 50 lubricant each, which means that one stack is 500 lubricant. And 500 lubricant is going to be used up by, let's see, what's that? 10 is 100, so 50, it's going to be used up by 50 space transport belt recipe crafts. And that's not to mention space undergrounds, which are 40, and splitters, which are also 40. So we're going to need a decent amount of lubricant up there, so we might even just expand this even more. And let's queue up some more research while we're at it. We only have a few more researches that we can do till we're completely out and need to have our space science. And I believe that that right there is it. We don't have any more that we can do until we have space science. So we'll get cracking on that. And then the last thing that we're going to be doing is we actually need to bring over all of our sciences. So they are gonna be able to come down right here. So right now we have 5 total sciences, and we have it on 3 belts. And eventually we're gonna have a few more sciences that we can make down here, I believe. But for now, we're going to have to pull them over on those 3 belts. So, let's see. The space tech is super easy. We're just going to pull it over right here, like this. And let's see. There's one extra space right here that we can fit. So we'll do that. And then we will not do that. So let's see. We want to make sure... We'll say space tech cards. What are they stacking? 100, I think. We'll just say 500. We're not going to go crazy with that right now. Space tech cards less than 500. There we go. And we'll start inserting those. And then we'll bring in our other sciences over here. So it's going to be like this. And then we just need to get them over there somehow. So we can come over this direction, and that'll come down to this one. Oops, we don't want to do that. Okay. And then once we're done researching here, we actually are gonna once we're done researching these researches, we're just gonna clear this area, and then this will be another area that we can add a build for something or other. And then we'll just reroute all sciences right over here. Okay, so that's red and green. And we're going to add some more filter inserters, and we're going to do the exact same thing that we were doing over here. And this will change because right now we're deciding based off of what's on the ground, you know, what we're trying to send up. But eventually what we're going to be doing is we want to have, as I said earlier in the episode, we want space to be telling Novice what to send up. In the off chance that we lose power, we do not want to run into a situation where we decide that we're going to load our cargo rocket silo with a ton of stuff that we don't need and then send it up, and then we get into a world of trouble because we have too many resources in space and we're flooded, and then our rockets can't launch and we can't get the resources up there that we need. And I've actually read horror stories of people whose space exploration runs just kind of came to an end because they lost power somewhere and something like that happened, and it just overwhelmed the entire system. They couldn't do anything to start it up again. So we do not want to run into a situation like that, so we're going to take precautions. And listen to that sweet, sweet sound. You can see our cargo rocket is ready to be launched. We aren't going to launch it yet. We will be doing that next episode, but check it out. It is all ready to go. Okay, let's do this real fast. So we're going to connect here. There we go. And we're going to connect the outputs to that. And then we're going to say, what do we do for this one? 500? Yeah. So we're going to do red is less than 500. There we go. And output 1. Red. And then we'll change that. Change this to set filters. And then we'll just change this to green. There we go. So that'll start inserting those. And it looks like we can actually put a whole 200 in this stack. So we're going to change these numbers not to 5 but to 600. There we go. Just to fill the stack up completely. 600. Okay. There we go. So those are going to be inserting. And then last but not least, we're going to pull down our blue and our military science. So let's do that. There we go. All right, and that's blue and military, and then we just need 2 more deciders for now. Okay. And this will connect to the inputs, and the inputs we will connect to this. We'll do this to set filters, and then we will just do that, and we'll just select blue, blue, and this will select military and military. There we go. So now we've got all of our filters set up, and we've got a decent amount of stuff in here. Now we need to also request, let's do this. We have this here. We're going to request our barrels of lubricant. There we go. And we're going to add another decider here. And it's kind of hard to see because of this rocket, so we might move these in the future. Or, you know, wherever we have something like this, we got to remember that might be hard to see. So let's connect the inputs and the outputs. And then we're going to say lubricant, there we go, lubricant barrel is less than, so it stacks in 10. We want, let's say, 20 stacks of them. So that's going to be 200 barrels. And we're going to output 1 lubricant barrel. Lubricant barrel. There we go. And hopefully this was, yep, so we started inserting a few lube barrels, which is great. Let's see. We also need, for our buildings, we don't want to forget that we're going to have to make some buildings up there. So things like this. We need some processing units as well. So let's pull over processing units on a belt for now. There we go. And we'll bring it down right here. Okay, so it's gonna be processing units, and we're gonna send up, let's see, just have it start inserting, that's fine, and then we'll send up, let's say, I don't know, 1,000 no, 1,500 processing units. We need a lot. I mean, if you look at these, like, oh, this one's only 6, just kidding. But if we look at some of our other buildings, like this one, apparently this doesn't take it either. Okay. Here I was thinking we would need a lot. Let's see. There are definitely some buildings that take a lot of processing units, I thought. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Where do we get these? This is what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So we're going to need a bunch of supercomputers, and they take a bunch of processing units. So we will need that. Let's see. These kinds of things. Thermal radiators. Let's see. Big electric motors, which I'm not sure if we're sending those up, but we can start doing that pretty easily. We definitely want to get the plastic and everything for the space pipes, because we're going to need a bunch of space pipes. Glass. We probably want to send up some glass, because I think buildings like this also... Well, there are definitely a bunch of buildings that take glass. Let's work on getting those last few little pieces over. So, copper cable, we can just do copper. We can just send up like some stacks of copper. I'm sure we'll find uses for them. If I can find copper plates, there we go. And then we just need to throw those into the network somehow. So if we come over here, let's see, where's our network at? Okay, like right here. Let's do this, and make the rest of these. Okay, and we'll just do that for now. Nice and easy. And our 6 sad construction bots, or logistics bots, are running around like mad. Okay. And then we're gonna do the exact same kind of thing for copper, I guess so. Let's see, and then we need plastic and glass. Last 2 things. Oh, and steel. Oh wait, are we doing steel? We're doing steel. Okay, so we don't need to do that. Okay, so these inputs here, and these inputs here. Okay, so this one's gonna be glass, and we're gonna say glass is less than, we'll do 500. Output 1, glass, and then we'll do plastic. Plastic is less than, also 500. And we'll output 1 plastic. And this is going to request plastic then. And it's also going to request glass, which I believe we have glass. Yep, we have glass. Let's do 600 glass, because glass stacks in 200s. And then we just need to get plastic into our network somehow, which we can do like this. We'll split this. Actually, let's see. Our network, yeah, so we'll split it right over here. And this is just going to be temporary. This is just to get it inside the network. There we go. And we'll do a couple stacks of plastic. And we'll add another bot to our network that can help things move along. And with all these resources that we're going to be taking and we're going to be using, we are going to still have to expand, like, you know, our other resources. I think that it's pretty clear, but you know, things like our low densities, you can see this belt is basically empty. And if we come over here, it's probably just because we need to, you know, increase this production. But either way, if we increase this production, we're gonna use more plastic, more steel, more copper. As you can see, we also need to increase our advanced circuits. So we have a bunch of other things that we're gonna need to increase once we get up to space, but I would like to get to work on this space science pack. We're not gonna send up everything that we need for all of that right now. Actually, maybe we can start sending things like that up. I'd rather get things set up and ready to accept everything that we need before actually doing it. So if we look at this, like cosmic water is 99 water and 1 lubricant. So it's very difficult to get water into space. So that is going to be one thing that we're going to have to do. Thankfully it uses only 1, and this makes 10. So, you know, one create of this is going to be 10 sciences, which is actually 50 packs. We're going to have to take up solid rocket fuel, which is okay. And then space transport belts, you know, we're already starting to take things up, but that's going to be even more lube that we're going to have to take up. So yeah, so we got our work cut out for us. But we have a bunch of resources in here, and you know, we're looking pretty good for next episode. I think that one last thing that we can do to prepare is I guess we can actually add stone and water to this. Oh, but then we need, actually, if we're going to do all, then we need solid rocket fuel, stone, and okay, so I think that, yeah, I think that we probably should do that. So let's see, if we're gonna add another set of things here, we're gonna have to do water barrels somewhere. Where's water? There's water. Okay, and then we're gonna have to actually barrel some water. So we can add this here. And then we just need to get water over here. So this is gonna barrel water. And where is water? Oh, here's water. Right here, nice. So, ooh. So we're gonna do this. And then we're going to be able to pull over some water. Nice. Okay. And then that will be water barrels. And we'll just let this fill up. There's no reason not to. We're going to need a ton of them. So there we go. So we're filling water. And this is requesting water. So then we just need to tell it how many barrels. Again, we need some more deciders. This is just going to be for now. And it'll be okay if we fill up a second rocket with all of this stuff again. No big deal. Why are we out of green and red science? Oh, probably because we're using it all. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then this is going to be, if we connect the inputs and connect the outputs, this is going to be water barrels. And we're going to say water barrels is less than 100. No, we'll say 200. And we'll output water barrel. There we go. So that's going to get to work on those. And then we just need solid rocket fuel, which we have right here. And I don't feel great about doing this, but I'm just going to grab a bunch for now. We don't need to do all of that. So we'll figure out the automation of the rest of the materials for this. But oh, and we need stone. Stone is the last thing. I'll just grab a ton of stone and throw it in there, because I mean we could automate that right now, but again, we're going to have to change it later because we're going to be sending down signals and stuff like that. And so just grabbing a bunch of stone, and that's not very much, but I'll grab some more in the near future before we go. You know, we don't need to automate that just yet. We'll figure it out in the near future, but you know, we can just throw that in. Oh wait, that was a bunch of stone. I forgot that I had this. Let's turn that off, and there we go. That's a decent amount of stone. So, that being said, we have everything that we need, I believe, in order to start doing some space science. Just making sure. Yep, we've got everything that we need in order to start doing some space science. In the next episode, it will be a little bit slow going because we're going to have to get set up and whatnot in space, but we will start being able to progress slowly. And as we, you know, start progressing, we'll be able to pick up some momentum. And before you know it, we'll be doing space science very quickly. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to next episode. I know I am. I've been looking forward to getting to space for a while now. But it just takes a lot to put together and do successfully. So we are now at that point, and we're looking really good for you know, what we have coming up in the next couple episodes. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be exciting, but we're going to have to do that next time, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have an awesome day today.